I'm Paul Carroll. I'm the editor-in-chief at Insurance Thought Leadership and at the Innovators Edge platform. I am delighted to be here today with Grace Vandecruze,
Thank you.
who is the managing director and founder at Grace Global Capital.
Yes.
So as long as we're here at InsurTech Connect in Las Vegas, I'll start with what may be an unfair question and ask, what's the most interesting thing you've seen or heard here over the last day or so that I probably haven't heard about?
Great. Well, thank you for having me. The insurance industry is at the cusp of the most dynamic innovation that we've ever seen. The insurance tech conference here is the epicenter of many innovation ideas, and it's a great place for carriers to meet with the innovator leaderships and technology leadership in focus on the insurance industry. So one of the most dynamic things I've heard of is AI, and AI's ability to transform the speed of processing to the back office and the speed of the way the industry interfaces with their customers. I think it's transformative. It's in the beginning stages. It hasn't been widely adopted as yet, but I think it can revolutionize the way we do business and save the industry tremendously in cost.
Okay, I certainly have that same sort of perspective. You fly at a different level than most people do because of your background in M&A. You tend to deal at the board level on a lot of things. So I thought I would ask you a little bit about that. First, it seems like there are an awful lot more insurance companies than there are companies in other industries. Do you see consolidation coming? If so, could you say a little bit about the time frame and how that might shake out?
Absolutely. At Grace Global Capital, we specialize in M&A advisory to the insurance industry. In addition, I've been honored to sit on 3 insurance company boards, and M&A is a key strategic initiative. Why M&A? The industry is extremely fragmented, so therefore, in both the life, health, and the P&C sectors, the top 10 insurance company owns 50% of the market share, and then there are thousands of insurance companies below that fighting for market share. So there are several drivers of insurance M&A, but I think the number one driver is technology. Companies are revolutionizing the way they do business, both in terms of interfacing with the customer as well as eliminating some of the back office inefficiencies in processing claims and underwriting. And that means that the technology has to function for the future. So I say this all the time, here the insurance industry is embracing the technology of tomorrow with the business models of today, with the culture of yesterday.
Okay.
So it's an interesting paradox right now for the industry. And so looking to partner up where there's an alliance that makes strategic sense for the company is a very important initiative, and I'm happy to be part of the process.
I may have to steal that line. The technology of tomorrow, business models today, and culture of yesterday.
Culture of yesterday.
So how quickly do you think that will shake out? Are we going to look at massive acquisition waves here over the next year or two, or will it take longer?
Yes, M&A tends to go in cycles, and because M&A is one of the most riskier endeavors for the industry, there is a long period of due diligence, which I call the gestation period, where companies are inquiring to make sure that there's a cultural fit, there's a strategic fit, that the overall end game is to really build on a platform where the customer experience is enhanced and there's a great deal of synergies to be realized. So that is a process, and what we find right now, there's a lot of interest, there's a lot of talking to each other in the insurance industry regarding this.
I would assume technology would drive that as well. I mean, you mentioned AI, and if I'm a medium-sized company, I can either plan on figuring out AI on my own, or I can just say, I probably have to give up and sell out. So I would assume that would make some of the targets more willing now than maybe they were 5 or 10 years ago?
Exactly. You're absolutely correct. And then coupled with the fact that we've had the macroeconomic factors such as low interest rate, for an extended period of time. We've had high catastrophes in the insurance industry, high frequency of that. And most importantly, we've got a talent gap. So when you look at the CEO levels, there hasn't been a robust CEO succession level. So when we look at our next level of leadership, it's not there. And so many times looking at an acquirer that has the talent and the workforce necessary to build a company, I think it's a great way of aligning with acquirers.
The talent gap is the other thing I wanted to address, as long as I have the opportunity to have you here today. It seems to me that, for one thing, there needs to be a lot of technology talent brought into the insurance industry that hasn't typically been there. It also seems that in terms of recruiting young people, insurance needs to step up its game if it really wants to be innovative. I have two daughters who are starting out in their careers with degrees from Cal and Yale. I've tried to talk them into considering insurance, and I didn't get very far. So how do companies entice people like my daughters, and then also bring in this technology talent?
I think that's where we have to really step up with our communication. When you think of the social well-being and the impact insurance have on society, it is an industry that does a great social good. We help our clients build, create, maintain, and transfer their wealth through legacies. And so it's a wonderful socially driven mission to attract young people. I do believe it's changing as we embrace technology and we move to eliminate the silos and the rigid structures that insurance companies were known for. We'll begin to attract a workforce that's more interested in a multi-cultural, multi-talented, multidisciplinary environment for them. And so I am hopeful and very optimistic that we'll be able to attract the talent today that we need the skills for in our industry.
I hope so. It's a great sales pitch, and maybe I'll just keep trying with my daughters. So.
Keep trying. I think it's going to work.
All right. Well, thanks very much. I'm delighted we got a chance to talk.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Delighted to meet you as well.